Hello everyone, my name is Aniket Gupta and I am pursuing my MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Tiruchirappalli. This video is a part of the project individual assignment in the course Indian Economy and Policy of Term 3 under Professor Soumen Majumdar. So in this video we are going to discuss how India measures the poverty line, who are the people who have contributed to it, and what can be the possible flaws or misunderstandings that we can have. So basically, let's first see how India used to calculate poverty. Now, initially, poverty line was calculated on basis of energy. So if you consume 2400 kilocalories per day in rural area and 2200 kilocalorie in urban, then you are not poor. So how this was calculated was, there's an agency called NSSO. So it conducts surveys every 5 years in which they ask people as to how much they spent and on what they spent. Now when they collect this data, they arrange it from lowest to highest, then they start moving up from the lowest point, and as soon as they reach 2400, they mark it as the criteria. Now they mark all the items that the person consumed which had 2400 kilocalories and called it as poverty line basket. Now this remained same till Professor Tendulkar gave some recommendations. Now what did he come up with? First of all, he told that economy has grown. So you cannot just keep on using the 73-74 data. So basically that was being used from the NSSO data of 73-74. Now they collect data every 5 years. So they would have obviously collected data of 2004-5, 2009-10, 14-15, 19-20 like that. So he told you use the data of 2004-5 so that it reveals us better numbers. Which means that if a person is able to buy 2400 kilocalories in 50 rupees, because of the growing economy and growing prices, he would not be able to buy that much calories. So making it on calorie base is not correct. Now, so his argument was you should shift from calories to rupee basis. He also argued that in one of the surveys of NSSO, so they did not capture malnutrition people as poor. So the survey revealed that 42% population is suffering from malnutrition. So obviously they should be poor. But the NSSO data did not capture that. So, and also that 2004-5 data that NSSO took in the consumption bucket did not just contain the food items. It contained much more things. Like people used to spend some money on goods, education, fuel, rent, and many other things. Now here also there's a catch. So if you are going with that data of where people spend on education, fuel, rent, etc. So if you talk about rural area, education is free. It's not like you are sending your children to private institutions and giving out lot and lot of money. Similarly, fuel. So fuel is cheaper in rural areas because people usually spend money on diesel based vehicles. While if you go to urban area, there's a mix of petrol, CNG, diesel, LPG and more. Similarly, rent. So rents are very less in rural areas as compared to urban area. So calorie based approach is not that suitable. Now, the next thing what he said was that you need to update that data. So how do you have to update it? You can use disaggregated inflation indices, which basically means that like if your prices have gone up by 10%, let's say, and weight of that commodity by 50%. So you multiply 10% and 50%, and by that you increase. So this is how it works. Now, he talked about public distribution system, that you should introduce PDS. Now, rupees 26 is what the Indian government had established as the poverty line some years ago. Now, according to my understanding, like if someone purchases wheat at rupees 2, His children study in a school which charges only 10 rupees per month. He uses, let's say, wood instead of a cylinder, and he does not give out any rent. So he can't be considered as poor, right? I mean, he can be from a well-to-do family. If he is not consuming that much, he can't be considered as poor. Similarly, someone who is not listed in the PDS system because of many reasons, maybe some errors. Now he is poor, but he'll not be considered poor. Why? Because he's not purchasing wheat at 2 rupees per kg. He'll be purchasing it at 26 rupees per kg, which will directly cross that. So it's not like we can blame them, but it's just a small error correction that they should have given. People from we compare the urban and rural population. So the type of work that in a city, let's say if I am talking about Mumbai, so there are two kind of people. One who is earning 1,000 rupees a month, and one who is earning, let's say, 1.5 lakhs per month. So we consider 1,000 rupees per month person as poor. Now the problem lies here is the type of work that they do. So in the kilocalorie concept that FAO gives, Food and Agriculture Organization, it recommends India to have 770 kilocalories as its base. That if someone is consuming more than 770 kilocalories energy, then he's not considered as poor. But if I am working as a daily wage laborer, then obviously I'll need to consume much more than that. And if I am sitting in front of a computer and just making projects, typing, working on Excel sheet and all of that stuff, so obviously I'll have to consume less. So all these things, Professor Tendulkar questioned that you cannot directly, like, you cannot measure your poverty line based on these estimates. Now the question of cheap PDS stuff. Now we'll also have to look at the kind of quality of the material that is being given in PDS, public distribution system. Because if I talk about quality, then only I can talk about calories. There's no point in consuming 2000 calories with zero quality. So the way we measure poverty is a bit questionable, but we'll have to come up with some things which can give more strength to our argument. Thank you.